Was it Curse of the Cobra or the Curse of Cobra? Because I think it's actually, I think
two
one episode is titled The Curse, and the other one is Curse
yeah.
of the. It's
Yeah.
we couldn't get this episode straight at all.
Yeah.
It's
It
a mess.
changed titles several times, I think.
It did, so we ended up using both.
But,
yeah, it's confusing. Yeah, part one is actually pretty good. I think I was always kind of happy with the way the show came out. Unfortunately, it's a really good setup to a not very good payoff. I think part two is just, for one reason or another, it probably sounded good on paper, but you know, it's in the final analysis, turning people into dinosaurs is just not that cool. It's just kind of dumb.
Yeah, the first part was more about Terry. It was more about Terry. It was one of the few shows that was really about Terry and his friendship with this, you know, this other
kid.
Yeah. And the parallels, and it's like how Terry's similar to this kid, but ultimately different because the kid turns another way. And well,
and Xander's actually like kind of romancing Max throughout part one too, isn't he? Or is that all in part two?
A little bit. He basically kidnaps her.
Right, yeah. He stalks her and kidnaps her, yeah.
But the genuine stuff between him and Xander was really nice. I mean, it was really, and it was the episode was paced very slowly, and it was different from a lot of our other episodes.
And it's got a continuity tie-in too to Batman. Kyrie is actually a person that Bruce met in Day of the Samurai.
Yeah. So there's continuity.
Yeah, the trainer. Yeah,
that's right.
So it's a little continuity implant.
Who are you?
Kairi Tanaga. Years ago, Bruce and I studied together under the same sensei. Now I run this dojo.
But yeah, part one's nice. I mean, it's got good animation. I mean, I think all the action scenes are nicely staged and real fluid.
It was grounded in a weird realism that part two doesn't have at all. I mean,
yeah, part two just goes off into La La Land, and it's really,
things just start
really
happening
over the
for no
top
reason.
bonkers plot, and it's just you can't really
it
buy
got
it.
a little bit out of control there.
I just don't know, why would you turn yourself into a dinosaur?
I don't know. Well, especially and not only that, but it's like, okay, snakes are reptiles, dinosaurs are reptiles, but if you're a part of a snake cult, you don't really want to turn into a dinosaur.
No.
Yeah, it just seems.
Because they're bad guys. They just want to be the big bad guys.
You know, but we like dinosaurs and stuff. But you know, but it's just.
But not only that, didn't they have an atomic bomb or something?
They were gonna drop an atomic bomb in a volcano and like
turn everyone into a dinosaur.
To make no, it was to make the planet hotter.
Oh, okay.
They were basically going to create like instant global warming so that they could survive, and it's.
Right.
No, it's
but see, the setup
silly.
for part one was that there's these two guys, they're friends, but they're going to go different ways, and there's going to be a showdown.
You know from the very beginning that he's being groomed to be the leader of this evil cult.
Yeah,
and it's interesting, but
and you think there's going to be a conflict between their friendship and him being evil and Terry being good, and none of that.
None of that pays off. Yeah, it's a shame. But.
I'm just glad I didn't get part two to direct.
Oh, so we can bag on it because you didn't direct it?
Yeah.
Because when I found out it was a two-part, I was like, well, gee, I really think a director should direct both parts. And then I read part two, and I was like, oh,
Dan Reba.
Dan. So
funny.
I always like doing things though that showed Terry, completely flawed, and it was kind of even Bruce looking at him and going, "No, you need to train up. It's not just the suit. You can't just have the suit and beat everybody. You got to learn." So we thought that was cool.
You raised an interesting point too, because that was one thing that we got criticism from a lot of fans online from the very beginning was, well, we never see him training. We never see Bruce training him to become Batman. And it's like, well, okay, yeah, but,
Bruce was right. You've got the moves, kid, but you lack discipline. And you leave yourself open on the left side. Ow! We'll have to work on that.
The thing about Kobra is that, once again, it was a Jack Kirby kind of character. I don't even know why we wanted to use Kobra. I mean, I think there was kind of a neat idea in the comics, the idea of like this evil cult of people. And I like the idea that he's being groomed by the cult to be the leader, but he's even rebelling against the cult, even against like the doctor guy playing by Xander Berkeley.
Xander Berkeley, coincidentally.
I like the idea that he's like asserting himself, and like even the whole thing with Max is that that actually does humanize him as a villain. Even though he's becoming progressively more evil throughout the two-parter. When he kidnaps Max, and the professor or the doctor saying, no, she's not suitable for you. And he's saying, I decide who's suitable for me. I like her because she talks back to me. I think he had the potential to be an interesting villain if only he didn't turn into a dinosaur at the end.